On today's installation video, we'll be showing you how to install a RaceChip on the BMW B48 2-liter equipped in many BMW models. Before installing the RaceChip, please wait until your engine is cool enough to work on. Put your parking brake or emergency brake on. If your vehicle is equipped with an alarm system, please disable it. Pop the hood, roll up the windows, close the doors, and press the lock button on your key fob and move that key fob 30 feet away. You're gonna wait about 10 minutes after for all the electricity to clear from underneath the hood. First step on the installation is to remove the plastic engine cover. We're gonna gently lift up and pull away. Then we're gonna be connecting our A connection to our turbo boost pressure sensor, which will be right here in the front of the engine. To unplug the sensor plug, we're going to pull back on the white locking tab and then press down. And then we'll take our male end of the RaceChip connection harness and plug that directly into the OEM sensor, locking it in place with the locking tab. Then we're going to take that male end of the sensor plug connection and plug it into the female end of the RaceChip wiring harness. We're going to put that locking tab to the smooth side of the RaceChip harness. Next, we'll move to our B connection, going to our manifold absolute pressure sensor right here in the middle top of the motor. Just like the A connection, we're going to unplug the sensor plug by pulling back on the white locking tab and pushing down. Then we're going to take the male end of the RaceChip wiring harness, plug it in, and lock it in place with the locking tab. And then take that male end of the sensor plug and plug it directly into the female end of the RaceChip wiring harness. Again, locking tab to the smooth side of the harness. Now we're going to route and zip tie the harness away from any hot and moving parts. And make sure if we're zip tying to any electrical lines like we are here, that we don't zip tie too tight to pinch off any of the electrical lines. Same thing with the B connection, keeping away from the hot and moving parts of the motor. And trimming the excess ends of the zip tie off. Now we're going to route the end of the harness to where we're going to actually mount the RaceChip. We're mounting the RaceChip, we want to avoid any hot and moving parts, and also we want to put it in a place that's not easy for moisture to get to. So for this application, we've actually found that you can place it here underneath the plastic cover and it fits pretty nicely. Now this is just a suggested location on where you can mount your RaceChip. To gain access to the panel, we're going to turn the locking pin and pull up and away. And then we're going to remove the rubber grommet. Remember, this is just going to slide in and out of place. We don't want to pull too hard to tear anything. Slide the RaceChip inside there, and then we'll go ahead and lock that rubber grommet back down. Now we're going to place our 4 locking tabs into the RaceChip. The really nice thing about these locking tabs is if you ever need to remove the RaceChip for any warranty or service work, instead of cutting the zip ties, you can push down the 4 corners to remove the RaceChip while leaving the locking tabs and zip ties in place. Next, we're going to take the longer of the 2 supplied zip ties to mount the RaceChip. You can either mount these horizontally or vertically. Next, we're going to remove the deactivation plug. You're going to want to hold on to this. We suggest putting this in your center console or your glove box. If you ever need to remove the RaceChip, you can put the deactivation plug in the place of the RaceChip by simply pulling on the FCI plug and placing the deactivation plug back in place of the RaceChip. Now we're going to install the RaceChip after we've removed the deactivation plug. And we're going to see that there's no power going to the device. It's very important the first time we install the RaceChip, we get no LED screen light up or no green LED to illuminate. We found a spot in the back here, and it's going to be very hard for moisture to get to, so it'd be an excellent spot to mount the RaceChip. Again, this is just a suggested location, and you can mount it anywhere you like underneath your engine bay. And then we're going to reinstall the plastic cover, twisting and locking it in place. And last but not least, put the plastic engine cover back in place. Simply press down and you're all set. Start in the default setting of the RaceChip for the first time you test drive the car. If everything works great, you can then move the RaceChip to the next level up. Be aware that the car needs some time to adapt before releasing the full performance upgrade. Now, get out, drive, and enjoy your RaceChip.